Final topic. I'm going to talk about 2 trailers in this topic. And timely as always.
Always.
Spider-Man had its final trailer. We've already done reactions for the first 2.
Oh my God, thank you.
There's only so much that we can start talking about when they put out so many of these trailers.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Is this was it? Because I feel like Sony has taken over the trailers. Not that I didn't love it. I thought
this was the best Spider-Man trailer we've got.
Yeah, I loved it, but I just felt like the trickle went to a full flowing stream because I'm like, what is left in the movie for me to see now?
I know.
Stop giving me everything.
I really wish we wouldn't have gotten that last trailer that we did. I think it was the last one. It was the one where it basically just goes over summary, plot A, point B. Like it takes a summary of the movie. Here's what happens throughout the movie in bullet points.
Here's your Sony trailer.
Yeah, which we've already explained. We hate it when trailers do that. Give me a Force Awakens where I don't know what parts are from what part of the movie, but it still keeps me in the dark.
Or Ragnarok.
Yeah, keeps us in the dark. Don't give away the whole plot. This trailer didn't do that. It just gave us cool moments that got us excited for the movie.
But that's just it. It's just like, is this all the funny parts? It's like a comedy, you know. You go and you're like, "Oh, the trailer was awesome. This movie's gonna be good." And you get there, and the only thing funny was the same shit you saw in the trailer.
Sure, but wouldn't you agree? So far, every time we've been worried about that, there hasn't been a Marvel movie yet where the only funny or the funniest parts were just the trailer. I can't remember a single.
It's got that Sony tag along thing that worries me.
Sure, but remember, who's in charge of running the movie is Feige and Marvel for this one.
But is he the one that's in charge of putting trailers out?
It's Marvel's magic and Marvel's director. It's all
Sony.
Yeah.
Is Sony doing the marketing now?
I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't know this for sure. I'm assuming if Marvel wants control of the movie and how it's going to be put out, and Sony gets to make the money for it, Sony's just be like, "You do what's already working, and we'll take the money."
Yeah,
that's my
I don't
guess.
think they're like
Who
that,
knows?
though.
But I think if you take
watch all 3 of them together.
Yeah, but
I watched all 3 of them together
if you watch
today,
all of them together, you're right. If you watch all of them together, you've got the plot of the whole movie. If you take out at least the last trailer that we had before this one, and you don't have the plot of the whole movie, then you have just cool moments that get you excited while still keeping you in the dark. I think that last trailer kind of ruined it because it was a whole summary of the movie, which sucked. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
The second one you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, because this trailer did look good. I mean, obviously the second one had its benefits. You know, you got to throw some taglines in there, like, "Why don't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?" Which is great.
Go in there, try to save people, make a mistake. I'm going to take it away. You got to revert to the old one. You got to prove yourself. Coming of age story. Okay, now you're almost an Avenger. We get it. We know it's going to
happen. But this last one, it was just, there were so many, like, things I just wanted to see in the movie. Like
the spider suit.
The training wheels protocol.
Yeah,
that stuff. I mean, I wanted to save it for the movie. Why'd you tell me that?
Hold on a minute. Are you starting to tell me that movie studios are starting to bombard us with way too much content about the movie instead of dripping it out? I feel like we've talked about this before on the show.
I'm never going to say. No. In this case,
because that's Marvel, not Sony. Do you remember Age of Ultron? Do you remember how many featurettes, commercials, and trailers we got from that every fucking week? That ain't Sony. That's Marvel.
Okay. All right, fine. I will concede that you're right in this regard.
No, going to move the prune juices over to this score tally.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're going to put a notch in Ben's column. But no, it's like, after I watched that, I'm like, God damn you, Ben. Mm-hmm. And not Uncle Ben. You.
It did look cool. Pumped to see this movie. Still love Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that, in my opinion, that we've seen so far. Love what they're doing with it. I thought that spider suit looked cool as hell. I mean, it looked like it lit up all over the place.
At one point it does.
The only thing that I felt like they're taking it too far, I get you're throwing Tony Stark into the element of giving him this suit with this cooler stuff to make it more realistic. Here's the reason his eyes change shape so he can emote through his mask that they did in the comic that would make sense in the real world. Oh, it's because it can help you focus. It's a Tony Stark thing. Oh, okay, that's cool. Advanced web shooters that can have all these different combinations of wedge shooting with Tony Stark's advanced technology and AI. Okay, makes sense. Tiny little spider bot drones Okay, back up. This is not.
I think that's a beacon, though. I think that's what gets him in trouble. That little spider drone. It's like that, and it goes and it summons help.
No matter what it is, having tiny little robots, I just think is not just too far. That's not crossing the line. That's throwing up on it.
It's different. It's different than the comics as far as who you know Spider-Man to be. But during the Civil War comics, Tony Stark actually made a spider suit for him that had 6 arms.
Mm-hmm.
So, they can kind of play off of that. I think him having his own suit is going to be important on the Homecoming thing. Losing the suit, having to come up with your own ideas, make it yours. I think that'll be in there.
Yeah.
So I'm not too.
I just thought it was adding too much technical Android Terminator future stuff, adding the bells and whistles to the Vision, whatever. When you start like, by the way, here's my drones, and here's my machine guns, and here's my little spider sword. I'm like, remember Spider-Man? Basically, he's a guy that can walk on walls, shoot webs. He's funny, whatever. And I just think that they're taking so many liberties. It's starting to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, pull it back a little bit. But anyway, that's just my opinion. But right. What do we think out of all the 3 trailers that have been out? Best one?
I don't know. I really like the first one.
Yeah, I don't remember the first one.
I like the general hype from the first one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, fair enough. And second trailer, Castlevania. Apparently, this show was much farther along in production than we thought it was, which tends to be Netflix's motif. I mean, they had 2 seasons of Voltron ready to go when that was announced, and then it was on like a month later.
To say that, I mean, this is 4 episodes, 30 minutes long.
Is it? I don't have no
idea.
It's
a movie. Yeah, I think they're only shooting. It's 4 episodes. Each episode's only 30 minutes long, so it's like a 2-hour movie.
Oh, I had no idea.
If they're only doing that, I'm like, why didn't you just make this a movie?
Yeah.
Instead of calling it a series.
Are you, sure about that?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure when I read it that's what they said, is that this is 4 episodes, 30 minutes each, and you're gonna have to go through and watch all 4 of them.
Yeah.
I guess no. This is a movie. This isn't a season.
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't just do an anime movie. I would much rather have that than breaking it into 4 30-minute segments. First teaser will premiere on July 7th. I did like how they started with the Nintendo Entertainment System at the very beginning.
I don't know. It felt kind of forced to me.
Oh, I love that.
I was like, nah, you're trying too hard.
I love that they did. Well, you know what was funny is somebody, this was on like a Lifehacker or some website a year or 2 ago. Because people love to just do stuff to see if they can all the time. Somebody actually modded software that they put it on an EEPROM so that they could put it into an original Nintendo Entertainment System, and it would take the Netflix data and convert it down to just 8-bit graphics, and they actually had House of Cards running in like 8-bit pixelated video on an NES. And I'm assuming that's what they used at the beginning of this to pay homage to whatever person came up with it or the copied it, or that's where the inspiration came from. And then the art that they've put out that looks almost like the original box of the original Nintendo Castlevania. I love it when they play homage to something like that. So
that part of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the box art. Keep that. That's where it came from.
Right.
But the whole Nintendo thing, to me, I'm kind of like, nah.
It's where Castlevania started. You got to pay homage
I know
to
it's
your
where
roots.
It started, but this whole crappy resolution thing, I mean, it's like, I don't know, maybe they were trying to get the Nintendo Power commercial going, but I was just kind of like, I wasn't liking it.
I can't find anywhere where it talks about episodes or duration.
I swear I read in one of those things, the releases, that it's 4 30-minute episodes, and that's it.
Billed as Castlevania Season 1 Part 1. 4 30-minute episodes debut this. Oh, okay. So now this is really confusing. There's going to be 4 30-minute episodes that debut in July, and those 4 episodes are called Castlevania Season 1 Part 1.
So it's like the pilot episode?
So I don't know. These 4 episodes are what they're calling part 1. We don't know how many parts there are to season 1. We don't know. I mean, who knows? I don't know why you would even do something like that, because don't you already have to know how many episodes you're going to have and done before you start airing? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, you'd think so. I mean, from a financial agreement standpoint, I'd like to know what I'm buying.
Yeah. At least we know that it's probably, at least looking at based on this, season 1 is not just 4 episodes.
Okay. Well, I hope not.
Yeah, no shit. Other than that, make a fucking movie. At least it's cool to notice that even the producers are saying that this is going to be rated R as fuck.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of the thing. When I was watching that, I was thinking a lot of Vampire Hunter D. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that?
I've never seen it. I'm aware of it. I know what it is, but
it has some graphic moments in it. Mm-hmm. I think it's R-rated too. Yeah. But that's kind of what I was reminded of, and maybe it was just the artist style.
See, it's another reason it was a good idea to use the NES. With the NES Classic and the shortage out there and everybody wanting this, what a perfect time to take advantage of the zeitgeist and use that momentum to jump off of.
Was it a Classic or was it a regular NES? I thought it was a regular NES.
It was a regular, but I'm just saying the popularity of the original Nintendo Entertainment System is so strong right now. I'm just saying it was good timing from a marketing standpoint. But, hey, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, no matter how batshit wrong they are. It's cool.
You're only being defensive because I'm right.
Yeah, basically, right? Looks cool, though. We got a lot of good content.
In the comments, let me know if you love the Nintendo opening or not.
There you go. Let's get some more feedback on that. I tell you what, with the movies, shows like this coming out, the Nintendo Switch, it's just a really great year to be like a nerd, geek culture, gamer enthusiast, because there's a lot of cool stuff that's coming out too. So I'm really pumped for this year too.
I turned 40 this year. So maybe it's just like that. This is my golden moment.
This is what the new 40 is like. Still talking about stuff we lived from our childhood. Another generation's never had, so they'll never understand too.
Still waiting for my hoverboard.
Well, this will be cool because next week we'll actually get to talk about what actually aired at WWDC and if we had any more leaks leading up to E3, and we'll have our E3 predictions as well too. But cool. We got a cool week coming up, and of course we're only a certain amount of days away, which is a stupid thing to say because there's no number on that. But we're very close to our final Game of Thrones Season 6 reaction that we will be doing in the next few days at some point this week. Maybe next week, and we'll shoot it, whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 26 of Fractured Focus, the show where we obsess about everything from geek culture to nerd news, along with random topics for discussion. Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and don't forget you can always check us out at youtube.com/fracturedfocused as we post a topic of the show each day of the week, Monday through Thursday usually, and attempt to entertain you with our semi-witty banter and our incessant rambling. Until next time.